And welcome to Hannity. And tonight, early voting has started. There's only 2 weeks left to stop the Obama-Clinton machine. 2 weeks from today, you will be voting. And late yesterday, the White House confirmed that Obamacare premiums will skyrocket yet again, and in some cases, if not most, by double digits. And that's not all. Nearly 1 in 5 Americans now enrolled in the government program will only have one insurance provider to choose from. And here's how Donald Trump addressed the issue earlier today.
Together, we're going to deliver real change that once again puts America first. That begins with immediately repealing and replacing the disaster known as ObamaCare. My first day in office, I'm going to ask Congress to put a bill on my desk getting rid of this disastrous law and replacing it with reforms that expand choice, freedom, affordability. You're going to have such great health care at a tiny fraction of the cost, and it's going to be so easy.
Now, Donald Trump, he vows to right the ship if he's elected president. Keep in mind now, the Obama administration, they promised over and over again and over again that you'll keep your doctor, you keep your plan, and save on average $2,500 per family a year. By the way, since it's been implemented, $4,100 increase per family across the country. Watch this.
We will start by reducing premiums by as much as $2,500 per family. If you already have health insurance, the only thing that will change under my plan is that we're going to work with your employer to lower your premiums.
And everybody will have lower rates, more, better quality care, and better access.
You can get the same good rates as a group that if you're an employee at a big company you can get right now, which means your premiums will go down.
Millions of real Americans like Jane and Brett Thomas are benefiting from Obamacare every day. Their premiums are lower, their prescriptions are cheaper.
Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton continues to support the so-called Unaffordable Care Act. She's out at the campaign trail pushing it hard. Watch this.
When it comes to health care, we're going to defend the Affordable Care Act.
The 170 million of us who get health insurance through our employers got big benefits.
You know, it is challenging to try to make sure that this important step toward providing insurance for every American is fixed and not repealed, which is the Republican position.
All right, so how can Hillary Clinton continue to support the failed Obamacare experiment? What could this mean for the election? Joining us now with reaction, the host of Varney and Company on the Fox Business Network, Stuart Varney. Also the editor-in-chief of Life Zet, nationally syndicated radio host, Fox News contributor Laura Ingraham. Keep your doctor, keep your plan, save money. Hillary said it, Obama said it, Pelosi said it.
October surprise. I mean, people are looking for the October surprise, WikiLeaks. This is one of those issues that affects every American. And if you're not one of Hillary's billionaire friends or a Fortune 500 CEO, then this is a really big bite out of your finances. And the fact that we have fewer choices, all the pro-choice people, they're always pro-choice when it comes to aborting babies, but they're not pro-choice when it comes to actually being able to pick a plan and have an insurance company that actually serves them and keeps costs down. All the things they said turned out to be lies. And remember, Hillary said not so long ago, before it was Obamacare, it was called Hillary Care. Trump people should make an ad just on that soundbite.
One of the principal reasons why America's middle class is shrinking and why the economy is slow is Obamacare. Middle-class people are in the middle. Poorer people get it for free. Richer people can afford it. It's the middle that is squeezed. And I think it's collapsing. And it's obvious that it is collapsing. But therein lies an opportunity for Donald Trump, because he does have a plan which could right the ship, and Hillary has a plan which will make it even worse and sink a lot faster.
Look at all these companies. Humana, Aetna, United, Blue Cross, Blue Shield. They're all pulling out. The competition's limited. They promised we'd save $2,500 a year. The average family already is paying $4,100 a year more. Now, here's the thing. If you're in Arizona, you're going up as you're doubling your rates. If you're in Pennsylvania, by the way, swing states, if you're in Florida, if you're in Ohio, if you're in Michigan, Iowa, let's see.
North Carolina.
New Hampshire.
Nevada.
You're all paying Nevada. You're all paying a fortune more.
Well, do you know what Zeke Emanuel told me, one of the authors of Obamacare, on my show
Mom's
just
brother.
the other day? His short-term fix is as follows. Spend more taxpayer money on bigger subsidies to consumers, fine people more to make sure they sign up, and bail out for the insurance companies with taxpayer money.
Really?
How about that?
So why don't we just write people a check if that's the story?
John, one of the things that keeps getting repeated to me, both on radio and just, over in the makeup room, people are trying to care for their elderly parents. And they have now these very high deductibles on what they have to pay for prescription drugs. So before you get any reimbursement on a lot of the prescription,
$10,000.
oh my God! I mean,
more.
we're talking from $3,000 up to $10,000. That's what you have to pay before you get any reimbursement on your prescription drugs. And Trump has been addressing that.
Shovel-ready jobs weren't so shovel-ready.
Right.
We doubled the national debt. They gave us Obamacare. Big
Racial
fanfare,
unity.
big promises.
All the racial unity, yeah.
Racial unity,
yeah. That worked out well.
Okay, that's working out well, too. But here's the point. How can people still put their faith, trust, and hope in government? They doubled the debt. There's never a lockbox for the Social Security money that we've paid our whole lives into. They squandered that and spent it, I would argue, stole it. I know I'm too strong in my language. I'm a conservative.
I don't want to say that the American electorate is gullible, but there is an element of gullibility in it.
Well, Jonathan Gruber, remember when he sold Obamacare, they counted on the, quote, stupidity of the American people. They counted on people taking Obama's word for it, because Obama was this new, incredibly compelling political figure. What he was saying must be true, what Sebelius was promising. And I think the metaphor for this was the collapsing Obamacare website. Remember in the 2012 campaign, the website was collapsing?
All right, is America going to take a look at this? And if I live in these swing states, Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Connecticut, wait a minute, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Mexico, Colorado.
Pay attention, people.
But Donald Trump, in his speech this afternoon, spent at least 15 minutes on the demise of Obamacare and what he would do about it. That was very forceful stuff. It is a political opportunity for Donald Trump.
This is something people ought to absorb. They've been lied to. You were lied to about your Social Security. They squandered it. They've even robbed your children. This guy's accumulated more debt in the last 8 years than 43 presidents before him combined.
And Sean, the media has been complicit in this. So many in the media brushed aside the concerns that you were raising. Years ago, I was raising, the Journal, Stewart, you were raising, that the numbers don't add up. And medical professionals who are not political said, wait a second, these reimbursements are going to go down and down and down that we get from Medicare. We're going to stop taking Medicare. So a lot of these doctors aren't taking Medicare because they can't make it.
The quality of care is actually going down.
Of course it is.
Access is actually being restricted. That's what's going on here. It's the demise of the American healthcare system. It's spiraling down. But again, it is opportunity for Donald Trump to say,
and I would say,
I can do this.
If I were Trump, all these things about the women, I'd say, sometimes you're right, I've been crude, and I've asked for forgiveness about that. But sometimes crude in the past or always corrupt. You can't go with always corrupt. Hillary is always going to be followed by corruption and ethical problems. Sometimes crude, or always corrupt. That's the choice for America.
The media would have our audience believe this election's over.
Oh, please.
I'm just telling.
They said that about Brexit.
By the way, we have a report on how corrupt and how they're colluding with the Clinton campaign. My question to both of you is simple. Who's going to win this election?
I still feel that there's something else happening out there in the public. And I know that everyone will say the numbers. I've heard what Karl Rove and others have said. But I just don't believe Americans are dumb like Jonathan Gruber
I think he'll take Ohio and North Carolina and Florida. I hope. It's just not going to be easy. Every Republican's got to thread that needle. It's a razor's edge. But then he still, if he got every other Republican state and Indiana and Iowa,
I think he still needs 4 electoral votes. I think he should go to Connecticut and Massachusetts and make one swing through New England. I think he should do that and go back to New Hampshire. Connecticut is in trouble. They're losing business. We need economic growth. All the things.
That's the most important thing.
If we don't have growth, all these dreams that they have are all going to go down the drain anyway.
Last point, may I? This will be the first election I will ever vote in my entire life.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family.
We're going to see you.